English.
I'm Mariam Namazi in Doha. The main stories here on Al Jazeera. Demonstrators are gathering on the streets of Beirut for a second day, continuing a protest that they hope will topple the government. They say they'll keep up the pressure until a new government of national unity is formed. Lebanon's Prime Minister Fouad Siniora shows no sign of backing down. For the latest, let's go to Hashim Ahlabara, who's in the Lebanese capital.
There is an unprecedented security build-up here at the Riyadh Sulh place where the demonstration, where the opposition is leading a mass rally to topple the government of Fouad Siniora. Security, thousands of soldiers, policemen and anti-riot squads have decided to wrap this area in a protective bubble, and the reason is this crowd build-up. They are prepared to demonstrate against the imminent visit of British Foreign Minister Margaret Begg. She is due to meet very soon with Prime Minister Fouad Siniora. Hezbollah and the opposition are very furious against the visit, and they are saying, why should a member of the government shake hands with a foreign minister whose government has been involved in what they say was the killing of innocents in the July-August war between Hezbollah and the Israelis. Listen to what the crowds are saying. They are shouting pro-Hezbollah slogans, pro-opposition slogans, and saying, down with the government of Fouad Siniora. The government was very vocal yesterday. They said, no, we will not bow to the pressures, we will stay here. And the Hezbollah and the opposition are saying, we will stay as long as it takes. Is this going to be an instance where mass rallies will topple a government, shape the future of country? Let's wait for the hours to come and the days to come. Back to you in the studio.
Hashim Ahlabara there in Beirut. Well, the search for survivors continues in the Philippines following Thursday's deadly mudslides that killed more than 450 people. Mudslides triggered by Typhoon Durian buried several villages 350 kilometers south of the capital, Manila. Hundreds of people are still missing, and rescue workers fear the death toll will rise still further. Michael Sullivan reports.
Typhoon Durian was the fourth to hit the Philippines in 3 months, slamming into the islands on Thursday with winds of 140 miles an hour and torrential rain that overwhelmed villages and killed between 400 and 500 people at the latest count. The greatest number of casualties were around Mount Mayon, an active volcano on Luzon Island. It had been threatening surrounding villages for months as it spewed flaming lava and rocks. Then the typhoon turned the debris on its slopes into a torrent of mud which swept down the slopes, burying people as they sheltered from the rain in their flimsy homes. As the typhoon moves away into the South China Sea, more bodies are being lifted out of the mud, and regional governors, hampered by broken communications, are trying to assemble information and more accurate figures of the number of victims. Michael Sullivan, Al Jazeera.
The Palestinian Liberation Organization has called for Prime Minister Ismail Haniyeh to resign as a condition for new coalition talks. It comes as Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas prepares to address the nation after talks with Haniyeh's Hamas party ended in deadlock. Hamas has reacted by saying any calls for the government to resign would be an attempt to overturn the choice of the people. British scientists investigating the death of the former Russian spy Alexander Litvinenko have confirmed that 2 more people have tested positive for the same radioactive poison that killed him. Litvinenko's Italian contact Mario Scaramella and Marina, Litvinenko's wife, have both been contaminated with polonium, but in much smaller doses. Meanwhile, pathologists have performed a post-mortem on Litvinenko's body, but have yet to disclose the results. And in Qatar, the country has celebrated the start of the 2006 Asian Games with a lavish opening ceremony. Despite the rain, 50,000 people packed into Doha's Khalifa Stadium for the spectacle. The event will be one of the biggest sporting events ever hosted in the region. Those are the headlines. More news at the top of the hour. Stay with us.